welcome back. So, yeah, you're just here for a follow-up from your consultation. Yeah, you're just looking for a path forward with your diet and your workouts. Okay. Yeah, so what we're going to do is just kind of recap what you've been doing thus far. Things you liked, things you didn't like, maybe some improvements we can make now that you're a little bit more in the swing of things. Gotcha. Okay. Well, yes. Okay. So let's start out with your workouts. Have you been sticking to the plan that we prescribed last time? Okay. And roughly, how long per day have you been able to get into the gym? Okay. And in terms of like the flexibility work, the maybe at home yoga, things like that, you've been able to get a couple days a week there? Okay. Excellent. Excellent. And you're still good if we continue to kind of track your progress, take some of your measurements. Okay, good. And I can actually tell just from, like looking at you, I'm seeing, like the shoulders popping a little bit there, the arms. Yeah, it hasn't been, that long, but you've clearly started to put on like a little bit of size, a little bit of muscle, like things are kind of getting, yeah, reawoken, I guess. Yeah, looking really good, really promising results. Okay. All right. Could you go ahead and step on the scale? Okay. Yeah, yeah. So you're hovering more or less the same weight as before, but there's a bit of a recomposition going on. I can tell, like, yeah, you've clearly put on a little bit, the beginnings of the muscle gains. Yeah, and you've probably burnt, a little bit of fat. Yeah, excellent. No, that's perfect because we don't really want to be, like starving our body when we're trying to get into the physical exercise. We want to be recovering. We want to be feeling good. So, yeah, that's really good stuff. That's what you want to see. Yeah, it gets a little bit trickier the longer into your journey you go. Once you're 5 years in or something like that. I mean, the quote unquote newbie gains will die off within probably the first 12 months or so, but and then it will get progressively harder to kind of add muscle, and you may have to be a little bit more, deliberate with getting a caloric surplus and things like that. But those are, bridges we can cross down the road. For now, what you're doing seems to be working great. All right. So yeah, you're happy with that. Yeah, okay. Moving forward, though, is there any like shorter term goals that you want to accomplish there? Okay, so with summer coming up, you wouldn't mind just cutting down a little bit, just leaning out a tiny bit. Okay. And you said you've been tracking your food pretty good? Yeah, not every calorie or anything like that, but you've been conscious of what you've been eating. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I like I say, I don't, you know, I don't really believe that restricting yourself would be the best path forward. You want to be doing something sustainable where you don't feel like you're dieting. Yeah, I don't want to feel like you're like dieting and, you know, not being able to enjoy yourself, and when you're out with the family not being able to eat and stuff like that. Like, we don't want to go down that path, especially not right now. So yeah, so are there any, like snacking, anything like that, where you figure you could easily shed, a couple hundred calories or something like that? Okay. Right. Yeah, so maybe it's as simple as we just say 3 hours before bed, no more food. And then that just kind of gets you out of that habit of just having a little snack not long before bed. Okay. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, for the time being, I would start with that, and then if you feel up to it, you know, continue to weigh yourself, and then just start adding in little bits of extra cardio outside of your gym time, outside of what you've been doing. Just, you know, even if you want to start off with 15 minutes before your workout or something like that, just throw in a little bit, and we'll go from there. Like I say, we want to just kind of slow and steady. We're not trying to compete on a stage or anything like that. It's just general health and wellness, right? So you just, yeah, we don't want to become obsessive or anything like that. We want to keep the relationship between us and the gym and the eating. We want to keep healthy relationships there. Exactly. Perfect. Okay, well, really, really pleased with your progress. So, being that I unfortunately seem to have misplaced my soft tape measure, what I'm going to be doing is wrapping this band around you, and then I'll be using this tape measure to kind of take some measurements. Okay. Yeah, and I have your original measurements down, so we're just going to see, like I'm sure just looking at you, your arms are going to have gotten, at least a half inch bigger or something like that, right? Like I can tell that there's definitely been some positive headway made. So we're gonna go ahead and just start taking some measurements. Okay. Awesome. So what I'm gonna do is wrap this around this arm. All right. Yeah, just give me a little flex. That's it. Good stuff. Okay. I'm just going to lay this out in front of me. And then not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, I'm just going to write that down. Okay. And then on the other arm, wrap that around and then hold, and then just give me a flex. Perfect. Just gonna snug that up. Yeah, I'm just trying to give a tight wrap without actually pulling, because obviously if I stretch this, it's going to give an inaccurate result. Good. Excellent. So yeah, as I figured, there's definitely some progress made there. Good stuff. For how short of a time we've been working on this, that's really promising. And I'm actually going to do like the meat of your forearm. Okay. Let's just hold out your arm. Yeah, there we go. And just give me like a grip. Okay. Just excellent. Okay. And the other arm. Perfect. All right. Very good. All right. Now, I'm just going to do around your midsection, all right? Just going to reach around you. Okay? Yeah, don't, suck in or anything. Just hold a natural posture. It's all good. Okay. And just, okay. Interesting. So yeah, as I expected, you know, your arms have gotten slightly larger and your waist has actually shrunk just a little bit. So that's, you know, we're not crash dieting. We're not doing anything crazy, just subtle changes over time, you know, and then we'll get there. Good enough. Okay, now I'm going to wrap this around your quad next. Okay. Okay. And flex. And the other leg. And flex. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. You know, the muscles don't grow if you're not forcing them to. Okay. And at the end of your workouts, how have you been feeling? Okay, okay. And can you tell me about the weights you've been using? I know we started off with, you know, just using a barbell. Okay, perfect. All right. So some pretty good gains there. Okay. Oh wow, and the squat's doing fantastic. Excellent work. Very good. Very good. Sorry about that. Just had a phone call. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, so you gave me your weights. Started at the barbell, worked up to this, worked up to this, worked up to this. Okay, really promising stuff. Yeah, we're not going to tweak too much because it is working so effectively for you. Right. Okay, what I'm going to do though is we were doing like, you know, quite high volumes in terms of like rep range and stuff. So, you know, trying to really hammer down on the form, trying to get really comfortable with the technique. It appears that, you know, you're rebounding quite well. Like you're kind of getting some muscle memory from, you know, years prior when you used to do a little bit more physical activity and things like that. So we're going to lower those down just a little bit, like just a little bit. And we're going to take slightly longer rests between your sets now, just for your main, you know, those main barbell movements that we talked about. Yes, and then we're going to focus on just gradually, safely, in control, focusing on adding some weight. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so just for those first few sets of each workout, when you're doing those heavier lifts, exactly. You're just going to take a little bit longer to recover in between so you can give your full effort each set. And we're going to really hammer down on those and try to, you know, if you can add 5 pounds week over week, that's fantastic. If you can add 10 pounds on, you know, when you're doing like your deadlifts and stuff like that, like sometimes you can move a little bit more weight. So, yeah, and if you reach the target reps, then you can add weight the following time. If you're really struggling with a given weight, you can even back off a little bit and try to kind of regain that momentum going forward. Sometimes you have to take a step back and then get kind of a running start at it again. It happens all the time. Right. Okay. All right. So as far as the diet goes, you say you've got that under control. It looks like you've got it under control. You kind of know what you want to cut out to just try and get a slight caloric deficit going on. Yeah. Again, don't cut it too hard because that's when you're going to run into trouble. You're going to feel like you're dieting. It's going to feel like a negative thing, and that's when people break and then they end up kind of reverting and, you know, undoing all their progress. So just make it very, very subtle, like you're maintaining right now, and just make it a minor change. And like I say, add in a little bit of cardio here and there. Perfect. And then the workouts are going fantastic. So again, we will just space out those first few sets and focus on, you know, some strength gains there and moving a little bit more weight, and the rest of your workout can maintain as you were. Yeah, really promising stuff. Okay. And yeah, if you're up for it, we'll keep having these consultations. I'll keep taking your measurements. We'll see your progress and we can just go from there. But you're doing fantastic. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for stopping in today, and we will see you again soon, all right? Okay, bye bye.